Dear friends, today I like to share with you a little bit of the spirituality of the priest. Today I celebrate 46 years of priesthood, so I like to share with you a little bit of my soul, of my vocation. And I do this by reading to you some of the comments that Jesus gave to this monk a few years ago. He says, "This is how I will purify and heal and sanctify my priest, by drawing them into the radiance of my Eucharistic face and the warmth of my Eucharistic heart." Jesus always mentioned two things, the Eucharistic face and the Eucharistic heart. It means that in the face you have the presence of Jesus. When you see a face, you know that someone there is present. So when we look at the Eucharist, we see the face of Jesus and we know that Jesus is present. But also he mentioned the warmth of the Eucharistic heart. You know, in the Eucharist, in the Holy Sacrament of the altar, we have the heart of Jesus. It means all his love, all his compassion, all his strength. Then he continues, "They," means the priest, "forget that I am present in the sacrament of my love, to offer them all the good things that come from friendship." That means companionship, conversation, joy, comfort, hospitality, strength, and above all, love. So every time we go to church, especially when we go for Eucharistic adoration, we receive all this: companionship, conversation, joy, comfort, hospitality, strength, and above all, the love of Jesus. I am hidden in this sacrament and my face is veiled by the sacramental species. My heart too is hidden, but I am present. True God and true man, alive, seeing all, knowing all, burning with desire that all should come to my tabernacles, but first of all, the priest whom I have chosen to be my intimate friends, the friends of my heart. So the priests have a special friendship, an intimate friendship with Jesus, heart to heart. A priest who in adoration assents to my friendship will want for nothing and will make great strides along the path of holiness. Okay, so Jesus tells us that it is by being present in the Holy Eucharist that we can find holiness and strength. The friendship of Jesus for his priest, let this be the subject of your conversation with other priests, and especially when you preach to the people. So Jesus wants to understand that all people understand that this special friendship is reserved for the priest. Priests who come to adore my Eucharistic face will discover quickly my heart. And in my heart, they will discover the friendship for which I created them and to which I have called them. You know, only lately I realized that the calling to be a priest is first of all a special calling to be intimate friends with Jesus. He calls us not just to do a job. He calls us not to fulfill an obligation. Jesus calls us first of all to be intimate friends with him. The single greatest deficiency among my priests is that they are ignorant of the tenderness and strength and fidelity of my friendship for them. See, this is the greatest deficiency, the greatest lack in the heart of a priest is that they do not know the strength and the tenderness and the fidelity of his friendship. This is beautiful. So then we continue and say, Jesus continues and says, remain faithful to your times of adoration. Your adoring presence before me permits me to reach them. This is your primary ministry as a priest. primary ministry of the priest is to be in front in adoration to the Holy Eucharist. Because through that adoration, Jesus can transform the priest. So then when he preaches, when he talks, when he acts, he really represents the love of Jesus for his people. So dear friends, be a priest is something great, something mysterious. It's difficult to understand the dignity, but most of all the friendship, the deep love that Jesus has for each one of his priests. Let us pray and let us rejoice with the priests, because they are the best way in which we can experience the love of Jesus.